Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask you guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate that. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. Now, I do want to talk to you guys real quick about the market. So first off, Bitcoin is fighting that 38K level. We could actually kind of see that real quick on the chart. So, you know, we are a little bit, we're trying to get above that 38K point, but it is a hard fight to really kind of get above it. What I'm actually happy about is us actually holding above 37.5K, which was a clear resistance point for a very long time. It was actually a support zone before we officially broke down below it. That's why I've always said 35 or 37.5K was the target for us on this drop. Of course, we missed it by about like $4,000. It is totally fine, but in general, you know, I'm actually happy that we are reclaiming those levels because it actually is good for altcoins right now. Currently, I know that altcoins aren't getting a lot of love and attention currently, though, because of course, Bitcoin dominance. I am watching XRP, though, closely, and we are going to be addressing XRP greatly in this video. I did 2 videos yesterday discussing, one, the technology behind it to really kind of push it to some high-figure numbers, but also I did talk to you guys a little bit about the news that happened within XRP, you know, talking more so about the buybacks and pretty much how big 2022 is going to be for XRP. But also, in general, there's a lot of other opportunities in this market as well. You don't only have to focus on XRP. Like, for example, Chainlink and even QNT. You know, I really do think that 2022 is going to be big for interoperability layers. I think that Chainlink still at around, you know, $16. This gave us a really good buy opportunity. Honestly, if we go back to the 1 month span, this was pretty much down at, you know, $13.81, which was like around the November of 2020 time period prices as well. I really do think that Link is a great opportunity in this market, but I do believe that QNT probably is a better decision currently in terms of prices per and also market cap. Don't know where QNT is. There we go at number 75, under $100, still sitting at about a $1.2 billion market cap evaluation. So in general, you know, great buy opportunity still in the market. We're still kind of sitting stable on a lot of altcoin prices right now. Kind of Bitcoin is the main spotlighted asset currently. Same with even Ethereum. I know it kind of sucks to say, but that is pretty much what we are watching for right now. But I do want to talk to you guys about, you know, something in terms of the global money transfer system. We're going to be talking about transformations within it, of course, focused on XRP and Ripple. But first, you know, before we fully break this down, you know, this is talking about, you know, you don't transform the global money transfer system without a fight. More so talking about the XRP SEC lawsuit. Shout out to Anders for this tweet, though, honestly, because it is pretty much 100% true. I mean, if you think about it, you know, why was XRP targeted? Why was Ripple targeted? I've always asked you guys this question. I do want to hear from you guys, actually. So comment down below why you think that XRP, you know, / Ripple, if you will, were targeted by the SEC out of all the other crypto assets in the space. Okay, because there's charts out there that have broken down, you know, specific reasons why. Because, like, for example, Ethereum was losing immense, you know, dominance against XRP. XRP was, you know, the second largest crypto asset for the longest time. You know, it was continuing to grow and grow and grow in demand. It was becoming the next big thing. All of a sudden, boom, here comes this SEC lawsuit, and, you know, Ethereum skyrockets. So, you know, overall, in my opinion, why was XRP targeted? I mean, I think that they understand the technology behind this. I believe that they understand the potential behind it. I think it is a huge threat to the current financial system. I think that, you know, many elites want to kind of control this money. I think that they weren't ready yet for something like this, so they had to give it a little bit more time, maybe accumulate a little bit. Who knows what could really be happening behind the doors, right? I'm not going to speculate too much. I'm not going to wear a tinfoil hat, but I'm just saying right now, you know, somebody is pulling the strings, some sort of play is going on, and we're pretty much all part of the show. And that is basically what I believe is happening. I think that this is more so a regulation sort of play, where this is pretty much being utilized as the fire that really kind of or the flame that really starts the fire. Sorry, for regulations throughout crypto. But also I do believe that there's a lot of plans for XRP and Ripple overall. Now I do want to talk to you guys about some mainstream media attention that we recently seen. This goes on to this is coming from Fox. So let's listen in closely to this.
ProShares Bitcoin strategy, or BITO, is flat on the session. And the price of XRP right now relatively unchanged at around 62 cents. But the value of Ripple nearly doubling in the last 24 hours after the company announced a Series C buyback from shareholders. Ripple's latest valuation, $15 billion, a major milestone for the company that currently is tied up in a pretty contentious battle with the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Real quick, I do just want to pause that. First off, I do apologize for my dog barking, but also I just want to real quick reiterate exactly what she said. So she's saying Ripple, in terms of their market cap value or their valuation, right, has nearly doubled. But XRP sat stable. In fact, we could actually see that it was only up 2.68%, which is absolutely nothing. And this kind of gives you guys a clear insight on, first off, this is proof that XRP is not a security. This is proof that it doesn't matter what Ripple does, XRP's price is not following Ripple. Okay? It is not a security asset. This is a currency asset that is pretty much on its own. And of course, Charles Gasparino pretty much goes on to say, that Ripple wants the IPO. We've talked about that as well. But also he's saying a few other things, like for example, they're selling XRP to pay their legal bills. Don't know where he got that from. We've never seen anything within that, and we've never really seen anything come from that. So I don't really know where he's getting that from. But of course, who knows? And then, of course, we also had even more mainstream media attention, international television news coverage about Ripple and their new pretty much partnership with, I'm not even going to try to say the bank name. I know that I would butcher it. But anyways, this is broadcasted to Africa, France, and the Middle East. And of course, it is all kind of focusing on, really kind of changing lives or changing, pretty much financial life, if you will, for a lot of those individuals, really kind of connecting everyone to, one major banking system, if you will, kind of making sure everybody is included in the process as well, kind of giving those, unbanked individuals, some sort of, financial, app or sort of financial tools to utilize on a day-to-day basis. Now, I also want to talk to you guys about this. So, in terms of what Ripple is doing, in terms of the cross-border payment scene. So I actually just talked to you guys about this in yesterday's video. $156 trillion market cap or market evaluation for cross-border payments globally. Now, Ripple is pretty much the main name for this. I've discussed this. We're actually going to be breaking this down. But of course, we do see the pandemic gave a boost to the global digital economy, accelerated open banking, and increased the need of moving funds across borders when traveling was not possible. And of course, we do see here a high global remittance cost with a fee that stands at an average 6.3% according to the World Bank data, exists because of complexities involved in routing and central intermediaries. RippleNet and XRP is changing that. So we are solving a major problem. 6.3% specifically, in terms of these $156 trillion cross-border payment flows. That's a fairly large percentage, especially if you take 6.3% of $156 trillion. Just to give you guys an insight, 10% of market cap, is pretty much where we got the $300 plus evaluation per XRP just from $156 trillion, aka $15.6 trillion in market cap value. So that is a fairly large sum of money. And of course, we do see XRP disrupting SWIFT GPI and correspondent banking. We've discussed a lot of this, but of course, this is all kind of focused on the international bank wire system as well, really kind of showing you guys how old this system actually is and the process that it actually has to go through, which is the reason why we have the 5 to 9 plus business day settlement times, which is absolutely terrible. And of course, Brad Garlinghouse himself is mentioning this, Swift GPI is like putting a Ferrari shell on a Model T engine. It's a cosmetic upgrade, on an old infrastructure. Messaging is still not tied to settlement. It's unidirectional and can't solve for liquidity. Liquidity is the biggest selling point for Ripple, right? We know that on-demand liquidity by itself is such a huge, part of the puzzle. Okay, in fact, here's pretty much the overall transfer of value utilizing XRP. We've talked about this. It's incredible in terms of the efficiencies that it actually offers, especially for cross-border payments and these huge financial giants in terms of banks and even financial institutions. And of course, they are talking about notional volatile liquidity, which represents the 61% on average of total fees in every cross-border transaction. And I could actually open this image in a new tab just so that you guys could really kind of see it. So here's reducing payment friction, average cost per international payment transaction. So here's on-demand liquidity taken, hold of, first off, this 34% notional volatile liquidity, and then the 27% claims and treasury operations. So we are literally disrupting the entire food chain of these cross-border payment, international payment system, which is pretty much the global international payment structure, I should say, which is really kind of going to unlock a ton of locked liquidity and capital and really kind of give it back to those individuals, or just allow it to be free capital in general that could pretty much be utilized anywhere else. And we're going to have that on-demand liquidity. So it's going to be utilized when it needs to be, which is the best way to kind of look at it. This is why it's so disruptive, and this is why I try to tell you guys just how big on-demand liquidity actually is, being utilized when it needs to be, not just sitting there trapped, behind closed doors. So, and we do see here they are making a lot of money from other banks. We talked to banks, and 99.9% of them want Ripple to be successful because they're sick of paying these guys in terms of Swift. And this is pretty much Brad Garlinghouse pointing to Citi, HSBC, and even Chase at the top of Swift. And these three banks, by the way, are absolute huge giants. We've talked about HSBC in the past. I'm sure that you all pretty much know Citi and Chase. They are huge giants within this financial system. And of course, we do see here making a head-to-head comparison on how the payment process through RippleNet and Swift's correspondent banking is processed might make you feel disgusted about Swift. And here you guys have it. So here's Swift versus Ripple. So here's Swift, First Republic Bank, Centers Bank, JP Morgan US correspondent, international correspondent, Asia correspondent, the Thai correspondent, and then recipients bank. And here is Ripple. Senders Bank, RippleNet US Bank, RippleNet Thai Bank, and of course, we do see the recipients bank, which is an instant streamline of the process, by the way. And of course, you could pretty much see the overall comparison here in general, in terms of the client settlement time, all that kind of stuff. And this is exactly this is the easiest way to kind of look at it. So let's actually open this real quick in another tab and really kind of look at this from an overall technical standpoint. So of course, you could see, countries served, currency, architecture, technology, FX rates, all of this. You could see the major differences here. Instant settlement is huge. Settlement time in general is huge, by the way. And of course, FX rates are determined by the bank, of course, but in general, we know that a lot of individuals are going to save a ton of money because we are streamlining the entire process, aka, from the sender's bank to the recipient's bank in an instant of 3 to 5 seconds. That is huge. This is disruptive technology. This is the best way that I could describe XRP to you. In general, we are looking at it from an on-demand liquidity standpoint. On-demand liquidity is not just the only selling point for Ripple and XRP products. It's just the biggest giant of a use case that Ripple actually does offer for their clients. Especially, these aren't just like your typical clients either. These are actual banks. These are huge banks. Citi, HSBC, and even Chase. And we do know that Ripple's overall goal here is to have these banks holding XRP. They want them to hold XRP to pay and transact in XRP. This is why when we talk about the global money transfer system being transformed by XRP, you can kind of see exactly why Ripple/XRP was targeted. And I just think that this mainstream media attention that Ripple is getting with, of course, XRP being the focus point, it becomes evidently more clear to me every single day that once this SEC lawsuit is done, we are going to have a massive FOMO event that is going to be, it's seriously going to send XRP to parabolic prices because this lawsuit is such a huge catalyst event, and I don't think that people really kind of realize that. So with that being said, I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.